Hey everybody, welcome to episode 6. Look, I made it to the second hand of Gainz with Doc and Donnie. I am Dr. Hayes Estes.
Oh, I'm here.
Donnie!
I'm here.
What is up, man?
Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day.
You awake?
Good stuff. Yeah. I'm a little antsy right now, waiting for this shit to come down. Oops, I already got one. Nice job. Within the first 30 seconds.
Nervous? Are you nervous about
Yes, about what you're about to say. I don't know what it is. All right, let's go.
Donnie,
Let's do this.
Tell me about your first time. At a concert.
At a concert. Wow. Oh, I got a really good story actually about that. All right, so first time I went to a concert was
Remember, this is
Hank
Williams
Williams Jr. No, it's good. It's good. I was young. We weren't there yet. It's with I went to the Hank Williams Jr. concert at the USF Sundome before it was like redone. This was probably early 90s, late 80s. And he was just absolutely hammered. Surprise, surprise, Hank Williams Jr. So Hank Williams Jr., he kicked the band off the stage for a good hour and just sat there with a guitar singing songs, his songs, and some of his songs. I don't even know if he knew where he was, but he was still fantastic, like did really great. Bad part is there were some guys sitting behind us that were unruly and imbibing as well. And,
Not at a concert.
And my father, who was a martial artist, and my godfather, who was also a martial artist, were with us there. And my mother, who was also a martial artist, was there as well. And these guys started spilling beer on us. Oh, wow. So my father and my godfather stood up and kindly asked them to stop spilling their beverages on us. They did not kindly respond. So I think if it weren't for my mother's cool head, two guys would have been carried out of that place in not so great shape because they had no idea what they're getting into. My father's a 5'7" Italian guy, nothing that's imposing, but they didn't realize what they were about to get into at the time. And here I am just watching, going, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." That was my first concert. Yeah.
Was that before or after he did the Monday Night Football theme?
Oh, that was during, man. Yeah, I mean, he was doing it. I was in his prime, man. He was.
No, I mean at the concert. Was he doing it at the concert?
No, I don't think he did that. But I'm sure if they paid him to do it, he would have did it. He was so hammered. Yeah, it was incredible. I've never seen someone.
That was your first concert?
My first concert. Yeah.
Every single concert was ruined.
I wasn't even 10. I know, right? Then it's all downhill from there. Yeah, that was my first concert.
My first concert. Well, I'm probably combining two memories because it was either Dave Matthews Band or Pearl Jam. And surprise, surprise, I can't remember why.
Are you from Seattle?
Maybe not. No, it was in West Palm Beach. I didn't really go to concerts. Like, concerts didn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really my thing growing up. But
because he was in the book studying, guys.
Maybe.
Exactly.
As an adult and single and ready to mingle, and so I was like, yeah, let's go to a concert with my buddy, I mean, Dave Matthews Band, you get a contact high just thinking about it.
Yeah, just
there was walking into, it was at the Cruz and Rome Amphitheater, which has been renamed 19 different times now. It was Jimmy Buffett, Land Shark, I don't know.
So you're telling me there was some weed smoking at a Jimmy
Buffett
show?
I'm not only telling you some weed smoking. What I'm telling you is that I walked in, this has been my first experience at a concert. And we got the grass seats, no pun intended.
Yeah, you did get the grass seats.
There's a police officer where you are. Ashley, behind the camera, is 8 feet away. There's a dude just on the ground rolling a J right in front of the police officer who's just kind of like,
didn't care. Yeah.
Did not care.
I'm not getting paid enough to bust this stoner.
Just a cloud of smoke, and
he's worried about his drug test coming up in the next couple days.
That's probably what he was worried about. But I mean, in concert, they are fantastic. Some people want to say that they're like the new Fish. Whatever. I had an awesome time. The entire town knows that I had an awesome time. So. I loved it. And then Pearl Jam, again, was the same summer. Honestly, I felt like it was like the next week. But Pearl Jam, like Eddie Vedder, dude, what a performer. The man.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
The man is a tremendous performer. He was just on stage, just chugging red wine.
And one of the few in the grunge era to make it out alive. So,
nice
exactly. Nice job, Eddie.
Yeah.
So is that why you're not a doctor in West Palm Beach now? That's why you're a doctor here? Okay.
I might have had to leave.
Yeah. Gotcha.
For various reasons. I don't that we cannot talk about on our podcast.
Yeah, if I have to bleep out my stuff, you can't talk about that.
Yeah. So, well, segue time. I don't know. You have anything else?
Nothing. That's it. Yeah. No. I won that story, by the way.
You did. I know you won that story.
I won that all day.
I didn't know this was a competition.
No, everything's a competition.
Everything's a competition. Well,
that's why there's two of us and not one of us.
Actually, my first concert.
Yeah, exactly. Back in my day.
Yeah. I was drinking beer when. You know what? Stop.
Let's just move on.
I don't really know how to segue to this. I don't really care.
It's not. No segue.
We're not going to say we did. So today we are talking about runners.
That's a topic that I know all about. I do it all the time.
I'm just gonna sit over here and just let you
to the bathroom.
Just run the show. just this is all your show.
Run my mouth. There's all kinds of running I do.
Yep. Runners. So the question is, should runners strength train?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right. See you later.
I don't know why that's even a question.
We're out.
No, it's a question because the majority of runners don't think they should. But the reality of it is, I don't know why that's a question. So.
Yeah. Donnie, who's Louis Simmons?
Yeah. He's the guy that wears those short shorts. Oh, wrong Simmons, right? Oh, right. Okay.
Dude, I think if Louis Simmons was in here,
I would just get my ass beat now exactly. by a 60-something-year-old man.
Yes, yeah.
So Louis Simmons, godfather of, alleged, arguably godfather of modern-day powerlifting. He's definitely brought a lot of good mechanics, movements, and even equipment to the S&C scene. So definitely...
not the S&M scene.
Not the S&M.
Got it.
Similar equipment, just different usage. Yeah, absolutely. The swings.
Talk about your 1 rep max.
Yes. God. I thought it couldn't get any worse than last show, but here we are. It gets lower.
I can keep going.
I bet. Not what she said. No, okay, never mind.
Louis Simmons.
Back to Louis Simmons.
Go.
Yeah.
Finish.
He's I'm having trouble saying track now. Controversial, no doubt, for his methods. But as far as what he's contributed to strength conditioning and lifting, there's no controversy with that. He's definitely a valuable asset to the world. We would not be where we are in the game if it weren't for him.
So Louis Simmons, a luminary in the powerlifting world, he wrote a book. It's called The Strength Manual for Running. He also is the founder of Westside Barbell, and the man can lift lots of heavy weights. But Louis wanted to show that strength training, powerlifting, is for everyone. For any athlete, for any age, it's for everyone. Whether you're an endurance athlete or whether you are, a football player, strength training is valuable and can improve your performance. And so, there are plenty of studies out there that show that runners, endurance athletes, training at intensities as high as 3 rep max set and rep scheme have shown to have important increases. I'll get there. Increases in performance and not just sprinting, but also with marathon distance, and increases in running economy. So, at the end of the day, we can make this episode really short and just stop right here and be like, just go run, just go and strength train. It's that simple. But we have some time to fill.
Yeah.
And so
I can't be making jokes about your concerts all day. I gotta actually do something here.
Gotta bring this together. Yeah. Well, actually, I gotta provide the evidence.
Yeah, that's what your job is.
Yeah, I know.
Doctor.
So I'm sure you hear this too. What are some of the you have worked with some runners.
I have.
You have. What are some of the fears that you have heard that runners tell you that they say, I don't want to do this because...
Well, there's the majority of the runners I've worked with are women. I'll put that out there. I don't have a very large sample size of men runners. So I'll say you have the first one we talked about before. Oh, I'm going to get big. You're not going to get big. We have to go through that. That's as soon as we dispel that, that's terrifying. And then they think of like, okay, I'm going to get heavier, because they automatically assume that strength training equals bulky. And that's something that's it's out there. It's not just runners. That's pretty much most uneducated people about weightlifting. They assume that it's just because they see guys like me and bodybuilders and powerlifters that, oh, they lift weights, they get bigger. They don't understand that it takes 20 years of blood, sweat, and tears to do it, and you're not going to happen over a 6-month strength training cycle with a coach. So there's that there. But I will say, actually, you know what? I want to let you lead this one because I don't want to get off topic. But there's my two biggest hurdles that I have to get over. And once they realize it, and what it takes to me is I got to get them in there for a month or two, and then they do a race. Then they realize, oh wow, that race felt easier. It wasn't so much that they even got faster right off the weight. All of a sudden, running was a little more effortless. I'm sorry, and that's usually when I'm like, yes, here we go. Now let's really dive into this. What we can do for joint strength, for bone density, these other things that we have to get into, which I'm sure you'll dive further into.
So some of the other fears, especially runners who come to see me, which is kind of ironic because people come to see me because they are hurt or in pain, and runners will say one of the fears that we hear is that I'm going to hurt myself by strength training.
But yet they're there because they got hurt.
Yeah,
without strength training. Okay.
You know what I don't see in the clinic? A runner who got hurt in the gym. You know what I do see in the clinic? A runner who gets hurt doing too much running. So what I see in the clinic more often than not is a runner who comes to me because they have an overuse injury from too much running, and by definition, too little strength training. There's a higher rate of injury in running than there is in weightlifting.
That doesn't make sense logically. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and that could be due to just the coaching in running, which is I got a marathon coming up. Well, I got to run. Then tomorrow I'm gonna run some more, and then 2 days from now I'm gonna run more, and then I'm gonna do a long run, and then I'm gonna recover by running, and then wait, how many days? 5 days. I gotta do a rest run, then next week's a speed run, and then I'm gonna do another long run, and then I'm gonna do a recovery run, and wait, have I stopped running yet?
When did God rest again?
Yeah.
7th day or the 28th day? I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll just keep running.
Yeah. So Forrest Gump is a fictional character.
Oh, that sucks.
I know that comes as a shock to a lot of people in Alabama, but Forrest Gump is a fictional character. You need to rest and you need to do something else. And so runners who strength train, they're going to be a lot better. And as you said, the kind of like light bulb moment it comes with when they do a race and they go, oh wait, yeah, that didn't feel as difficult. I have been running a little bit less and I've been strength training more, and magically my running economy is better. I can tolerate the races better. I can run faster.
And that's what it comes down to. The first time, they usually don't go faster because they're not used to having the ability to go faster.
Yeah.
But once they realize, wow, I exerted 2/3 of the energy I normally exert. Now, if we bring that energy back up to high level, we're going to go faster. We're going to run 2-3 minutes off of your 5K, maybe.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
So the other thing that, and this is more in the literature, is that endurance runners, they're really concerned about VO2 max and increasing their work capacity that way. And you can only increase your VO2 max by running alone if you do that for 12 to 18 months basically. Once you hit like the 12 to 18 month mark of just running alone, your body has kind of reached its maximum. Has peaked out in terms of VO2 max. Unless you start to incorporate strength training to improve your muscular endurance, and then you can see increases in VO2 max. In my marathoners, in my ultra marathoners.
This isn't just subjective stuff. This is scientific studies that we're about to.
Yeah. So they think, what does working on my muscular endurance mean? Well, I guess I got to go grab these little pink tiny 1 pound dumbbells and start doing 5 sets of 50. No, that's not how you get endurance. That's not how it's done. So by getting strong, you talk about like shaving off some time in a race. So here's one study they did. Runners who engaged in strength training, they got stronger. When you get stronger, you can deliver a greater ground force, and you can. What that means is that you can reduce the ground contact time. So you hit the ground harder and then faster, and you pull off faster. And 5K runners who reduce their ground contact time by 1/100th of a second reduce their 5K time by 25 seconds. And in a race where people are running like 15 minutes, 25 seconds is a huge difference. It's a big deal. So
especially when you're not doing too much difference.
All
you're doing is for your effort is minimal.
Yep. Exactly. Louis himself, he did some experimental training. No, not an official study. So take the science, put that over here. This is anecdote. Got it? Anecdote. Got it. I think that's with a K.
I'm not sure.
Silent. No. Yeah. Have they gotten to?
I think the G is silent in there.
So Louis himself did some experimental work. So he used weight sleds for some of his runners that he saw. And he would put like 15, 20, 30 pounds on there and have them run with the weight sleds. And so this was a way to increase VO2 max by running with weight sleds without just running.
So adding resistance to the runs increased VO2 max.
I know that sometimes this seems really simple.
It is simple.
Today is one of those days when it actually is.
It is that simple.
Like it's like we really should have just made this a 2-minute podcast
right?
and moved on. But I don't know. I like to hear myself talk. So
we know
this one's brought to you by narcissism.
Yeah, there it is. Finally added it back in. Good. There's certain things in this show that I expect out of him, and when he doesn't do it, I get a little upset.
So here's the weird thing. So Louis did this experimental work with runners. And they did strength training where they didn't actually run, and yet their running economy improved and they got faster at their races. So I mentioned before that you have these coaches. Here's your month-long training program to get to a marathon, and it's like no. There's a reason that those programs don't work.
That's why they're injured by day 20.
That's why, exactly, because it's too much. And thankfully there are some coaches out there, and there's starting to be a trend in the running world that actually for marathon training, people only run really 3 days a week. That's all you really need. You don't need to go out and run 6 days a week to train for a marathon. Cool. So I mean, now if we had an Olympic level marathoner in here, maybe that's a little bit different. But
the body's a little bit better conditioned, and they're adding in. I guarantee they're adding in resistance in some way.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Exactly. So I don't know. Maybe after this episode, we'll have a couple of Olympians who will to us.
Yeah, sure.
And then they can chime in.
But exactly what we're saying here is not exactly true.
Yeah. So let's research. More research.
Why not?
More research.
I can tell you, I love it.
So, Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, 2016 systematic review. 2 to 3 days a week of moderate to high intensity strength training and plyometrics increase running economy in middle and long distance runner. Right? 2 to 3 days a week. Sports Medicine Journal 2017 increased running economy for middle and long distance runners via strength training. No change in body composition. Wait.
So they didn't get bulky.
They did not get big and baldy.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I know. Weird. Obviously, you've been doing all the running.
I missed all the running.
Yeah. Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, 2008. Up to a 4.6% increase on running economy in elite long-distance runners who use resistance training. And this was even when they had just crappy programming on the resistance training, just basically going into the gym and doing whatever. They still had a 4.6 increase in their running economy. Not even really thinking about it. So
yeah, not even programmed properly.
You don't even program properly, and you still get the benefits. So I think that
which goes back to my thing about saying, like, if you do something, it'll work, even if it isn't the right thing.
Basically,
sometimes
if you're doing nothing,
and
then you go from nothing to something, you're going to see a benefit.
Yeah.
So
there's your Google Translate.
There you go. That's what Dr. Google told me too.
Yep.
So Ashley told us that we're at 15 minutes, like a minute.
So I got something actually I want to say real quick.
Okay.
So before I even got really heavy into
Running?
the science aspect, believe it or not, there was a day where I used to run 5 miles a day. I swear, and this was not too long ago.
So yesterday?
About 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I was in the military, and they forced me. I did not do it. I did it under heavy protest, put it that way. So and when I got out of active duty, I got into more of an in-depth workout besides just going to the gym and working out. So I would go and create programs for people with minimal stuff, sleds, tires, sledgehammers, that kind of stuff. I had a program where I wrote where it's like $100 worth of equipment, you can do an entire program. So, and I used an athlete friend of mine who was a strongman competitor actually, but I told him, you're gonna have to run. I'm gonna make you run. And I had him run a mile. So we started off his first mile, and then we did nothing but, for the most part, strength training, except for we ran once a week, and it wasn't even a full mile, maybe a half mile. We did interval stuff. We did tire flips. We did sledgehammers, push-ups, strength training, hip explosive movements, that kind of stuff. And then we'll put him through the PT test for the United States military, push-ups, sit-ups, run. He gained on his push-ups tremendously. Sit-ups, I think he gained almost 20% on sit-ups. Push-ups was like 35%. It was incredible. And then his run, it wasn't a huge increase, but I think he decreased his run time by like 7-8%, and didn't even run a mile the entire time. Nothing. And he did gain a little bit of weight because we were doing heavy strength training while we were doing it too. So he decreased his run time while gaining a few pounds. Nothing crazy over a 2-month period. But it just proved to me back then, I was like, wow, wait a minute. There may be something besides this. Hey, interval and resistance training will help on other things without actually having to beat your knees out every day on the pavement. So, all right, that's all I got.
No, I like it. Tiger Woods, I love him. He's my boy. I play golf.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
I play a lot of golf. Well, as much as one can with a business and a wife and 2 kids under the age of 4. So, like once a month. But I love Tiger Woods, and earlier this summer he did like an interview on like, I don't know, Golf Channel or whatever it was. Said that running destroyed his knees and caused him to have arthritis. Sorry, Tigray, not true. The running itself was probably just at most the straw that broke the camel's back. I guarantee you that the running was not what did the damage. So running is not bad per se, but it's if you do running alone and then more running and you don't do anything else, then that can lead to injury and pain. And Tiger was doing stuff like Navy SEAL workouts where all they do is run. Yeah. They just run and run some more because that's what they do. They have to be trained to, if their stuff breaks down in the middle of nowhere and they like, all right, I got 30 clicks to the next town. I'm going to run. Let's go. So Tiger was a professional golfer.
Didn't need that.
He has to walk a few miles.
Literally.
Yeah. So, anyway.
So you're saying that with something under the right dosage of it will be beneficial. If you overdose it per se, it may be detrimental to your body, is what you're trying to say?
It's taken us 6 episodes for you to get it, but now I think you're getting
like
it.
That transition.
There you go.
Good.
Look at that.
Moving to our bro science. I guess it's bro science thing. Yeah, it's gonna be bro science.
Hang on, let me look it up. Keep talking.
Yeah, we're doing we're doing the UTD stuff.
Yeah. We are?
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Oh, did we? Yeah, cool. All
we're
right.
doing it. I got it.
All right, now time for everyone's favorite segment of the show, dispelling bro science myths. Or pet peeves.
Yeah, today we're doing bro science.
Okay.
I guess, kind of. Yeah, bro science.
Have at it.
So let's talk about the UTD training method. Yeah. And some of the old school guys out there might understand this before I even say it, but UTD. So someone comes to you, and it's not what you think it is, ladies. It's something different.
Guys can do that too.
Can they? Very rarely. I know the science is.
This is cranberry juice. So I don't know.
Exactly.
It's never.
So if someone comes to you and they go, "Man, I want to get stronger," and the first thing you say is, "Well, what's your dose at?" You might be wrong. Like
you might be.
Might be a bro gym. I try to be nice on that. I can't say something that she'll have to bleep out.
Just bleep it out. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Is that what we just go? Just say whatever.
We can say whatever we want. You're just giving Ashley more work at the end.
All right, so I'm going to do that because I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and be nice. And no, up the dose method is just, if I want to get stronger, we just take more anabolics. And that is definitely just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. I'm not against anabolics in the right concept, context and use and dosage under the right supervision and understanding it. But if you're training, if you're not getting strong and you're training, you need to look at your training before you ever look at your dosage at that end right there. In fact, sometimes you may look at your dosage and think maybe you're taking too much, because that is probable. You have to metabolize this stuff just like anything else, and if you're not properly metabolizing it, you're just wasting any kind of chemicals that you're putting in your body. Besides any side effect damage that may or may not come from overdosing of a chemical, you're not doing anything good for your body. So, stop just upping the dose. Look at your training. Look around, see other people who are successful. I guarantee, I'm not saying that guys aren't on anabolics, because a good majority of them are at a high level, but that's not their number one focus. They didn't get there by pumping a bunch of testosterone in them solely.
Oh, okay.
Like I added that in there, right? Solely. Their training, their genetics, there are other things that are going on that were much better. They're in line much before they decided to, optimize their dosage and this kind of stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Hayes and I don't promote, recreational drug use whatsoever. Testosterone for the most part is used by doctors for medical purposes. And if you need it, please don't have your test levels low because you don't want to take tests. But also don't overdose it. So, man, that's one of my biggest pet peeves in bro science in there is just take more tests, man. I promise you, and I'll even say this from personal experience, more is not better. Most times.
I don't even know how to follow that up. I mean, if you want to overdose, it's fine, actually, because then you'll just snap a tendon and you'll have to come to see me anyway. So,
Learn the difference between white muscle fiber and red muscle fiber real quick, and you'll understand what that means.
Yeah.
So
I'm preach, Donnie. I got nothing. Yeah, I don't have to. You're right.
Somebody mark this down. He's got nothing.
Oh, I got it. You know what? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, just be smart with your training.
Be smart.
Be smart.
Don't
end up at his place.
What? Huh?
Don't end up at his place.
Come on, no, dude. I got a business. I got a
get
family.
that.
I got student loans.
There's enough people.
You keep upping the dose.
Yeah. That's from Dr. Hayes Estes. Doctor. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, don't. I mean, listen. Just work harder. Work harder. Look at other things that may be playing a factor.
Use your brain.
Like the brain. Donnie's still looking for his.
Yeah. So somehow I'm still alive.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Good.
All right. Yeah, man.
Good.
Go ahead and do your thing.
All right. So it's that time. Listen, if you like the show, we forgot to tell you last time. I'm going to tell you this time. Like us, subscribe to us, share it.
Yep. It's free.
To your friends. It's free. We're putting it on the YouTube and on our social media. Speaking of social media, you can find me. I'm Dr. Hayes Estes. I'm the owner of Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Clearwater, Florida. Type that into Facebook. You'll find us. We are also on the social media at Run Tampa Bay. Donnie, where can they find you?
Find Strength and Performance Institute, which is my facility, which we're shooting right here in Clearwater, Florida. You can find that on Facebook. Just put in Strength and Performance Institute. And then if you want to find me on the old gram, it's Instagram / Donnie Kiernan.
All right.
And that's where all my funny stuff goes.
Wait. Okay. Episode 7. Out.
That was episode 6.
That was episode 6.
People are going to be like, what the hell is this?
What the hell? Yeah. Fucking
What did I sign up for? I didn't subscribe for this.
Yeah. Fuck, I want a refund.
Yeah.
This is the best as it gets right here.
We are fucked.
Beep.
All right. And scene.